Welcome back, guys. I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and today we're going to be continuing this series. We're going to be going with Ronnie Rivers in this video. I'm going to break down my thoughts on what I believe in Ronnie Rivers and how I think his 2024 season is going to go down. We'll see. Before we dive into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media and mainly Instagram, since I'm really pushing that at JK Bogan. Let's dive into it. So, Ronnie Rivers of the Rams. This is somebody who is 25. He's going to be 26 next year. This is definitely, a guy that's had 17 games of experience. The Rams have utilized him, but he's only had 41 carries in his career in the NFL for 150 yards. That's a 3.7 yards per carry average. Last year, we saw a career high for yards per carry at 4. He had 129 yards on 32 carries. Had to play a little bit because of the injury to Kyren Williams. So what to make of him? This is somebody that's not, blazing fast. They got him as a UDFA. And, end of the day, I look at a guy like Ronnie Rivers to be a back-end piece for a running back room. Now, I think there's some development here at 5'9", 195, very similar stature to Kyren Williams, almost the exact same stature. Ronnie Rivers has definitely developed, and I think Ron Gould has done a really nice job of trying to get the most out of him. What I will say is this: Rivers is somebody that I think, with the way the offensive line is set for this year, I think he can make the most out of his opportunities. I'd definitely be excited to see that, because I think it says more about the offensive line than anything. He had a playoff opportunity this past season in the Lions game. He took 3 carries for 9 yards in that one. He had 3 catches for 35 yards in that game. So it's really been the receptions, I think, for him, although not a ton, 10 for 51. You can see the pass catching ability with Ronnie Rivers. Now, here's the issue with Ronnie Rivers, and this does matter when you really think about it, right? Ronnie Rivers is not going to be a guy that comes in and starts. And last year, while he was technically the backup to, third guy because of the, obviously Darrell Henderson at one point was brought back, and you had Royce Freeman, this is a guy who's going to really have to fight to make the roster. And I do not look at him like he's competing against Boston Scott, or definitely not Kyren Williams, or, in my opinion, Blake Corum. I think he's competing with Zach Evans, last year's 6th-round pick the Rams traded up to get from the Buffalo Bills. And I think that, Evans has an inside track on this position. So, unfortunately for Ronnie Rivers, I think there's a chance he misses the roster. I think there's a chance he's brought into the practice squad, but I'm not guaranteeing him to make this roster. I don't know if the Rams, with all the talent they possess and, the different positions that they need to, have those talents and everything, I don't know if they can justify, saving 5 guys onto their 53-man roster. Rivers does play special teams, which gives him a little bit of a boost. It's really going to come down to that, but I think the first 3 guys are a lock, in my opinion. We've already talked about them. It's why I went in that order. Kyren Williams, obviously, Blake Corum, and Boston Scott, who's going to be the return guy. But I think that 4th spot is the 4th and final spot on the roster at running back. And I think it's going to come down to Ronnie Rivers and Zach Evans. Now, Zach Evans is more explosive. I think Rivers is better running through contact. I think Rivers is probably a better overall player, well-rounded player, in that he can also play special teams. But Zach Evans' potential, I think, outshines Ronnie Rivers. It's not going to be an easy cut, because I think the Rams really like Rivers. They brought him back this offseason, on a tender. And, I don't think they just want to can him. So I think he would be a practice squad option. But I actually don't think he's going to make the roster. So the 2024 prediction for him and how I see him going in 2024, I think the former Fresno State running back, while talented and definitely good enough to be on an NFL roster, he's not going to make this roster, in my opinion. I like him. I like his ability. I think he's a solid rotational back. But unfortunately, I think Evans, who they've added draft capital into and everything, I think he has, the upside there. And I think that'll be enough to keep him because I don't think they're going to keep 5 running backs. So in conclusion, I think Ronnie Rivers is the guy to, keep an eye on in preseason. He could push his way onto another roster. He could push his way into maybe even a trade opportunity there where the Rams are like, well, we can't keep 5, but Ronnie Rivers did really well in preseason and he has experience in the postseason and so forth, that they end up trading him to another team that needs a running back. I don't know how that's going to work. I would not count out Rivers being in this building, sticking on the practice squad, but I also wouldn't lean towards him making the 53. So those are my thoughts. I think he's got talent. He's a solid back. I think the coaching and just his coachability has really put him in this position where it's even an argument. It's even a question. And keep in mind, the Rams didn't go out and get anybody in UDFA this year to be in this running back room. So maybe there's an outside shot they keep 5 running backs. I don't see it though. I think they keep 4, and I think Rivers is going to miss the cut for Zach Evans, who will be the next video after this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. In conclusion, I think the depth chart is as followed. Right now, it is Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, Boston Scott, and then Ronnie Rivers / Zach Evans. I think Ronnie Rivers is ahead of Zach Evans as of now, but when push comes to shove and you have to make a decision on cut day, I think they're going to have a hard time giving up on Zach Evans, the guy they traded up for. I know it was only the 6th round, but they've made a lot work out of those late round guys. So those are my thoughts. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow me on all social media, including IG at JKBogan. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, folks. Later. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.